What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally working the JZX90. I've been accumulating front end pieces for this for probably the last 6 months. I've been slowly buying bits. What I really wanted to do was create a really budget front end big lock setup for my JZX90. So pretty much with that in mind, everything that I've bought has been attempting to be right on the cheap. Like, you can just go out and buy a Kazama catalog and then spend, you know, probably $1,500 on control arms, upper arms, knuckles, all that sort of stuff. So what I've done is I've made a big pile of parts that cost way less than $1,000 and should achieve a super big lock, reliable front end setup for a drift JZX90/100. So I'll go through the parts and how much they cost me, and then we'll get to putting them into the car. And then hopefully in the not too distant future, my JZX90 shell will be rolling. So keep watching, I guess. Okay, so these are all the parts that I've bought. If you know JZX stuff, you look at all this and you go, wow, that is a lot of money for a front end setup. But no, this is all super cheap. Like, really cheap. We'll start with the coilovers. This is a full set of HKS Hypermax LS1. Well, not LS1. Just LS Plus. So these are like a sport comfort sort of coilover. A lot of people do use them in drift cars. They're perfectly fine. I think like a 10 kilo front, 6 kilo rear spring. So usually what spring rate I run in JZX cars is probably like a 24 or 25 kilo. I don't know if I'd run that high in these coilovers, but at one point I probably will. So anyway, these cost me $150 for the full set. Yes, I went to Brisbane last week and I jumped on Facebook Marketplace and I was like, oh, I'll just check if there's anything for sale, and these were literally advertised $150. Messaged them, hey, I'll come pick these up. Mine. $150 set of JZX100 coilovers. What a deal. Next thing is caster arms. So usually in drift cars, people will just put JZX110 LCAs in, which usually run about $120 to, I don't know, I'd say $200 depending on how good the bushes are in them. These things, I'd have to double check my eBay, but I think they were like $140 delivered. And I figured that's better than getting secondhand JZX100 ones with shitty bushes for $100. Spend the extra $40 and then I got these. So pretty cheap. We're up to $290 so far for the whole front end setup. These are KKR adjustable upper arms. What I liked about these ones is you can't punch the ball joint out. A lot of people have issues with these upper arms where they've punched the ball joint out and not very great. So these do actually, just the ball joint sits on a solid bit of metal, so you can't really ruin them too badly. These are KKR ones. I don't think you can actually buy KKR stuff anymore. The website that I bought these off were having like a clearance on KKR stuff like 6 months ago. So I picked them up and I think they worked out maybe like $150 or $170 delivered. So they are a really good deal. And yeah, cheap way to do adjustable upper arms. A lot of people just leave standard upper arms in if they go on extended LCAs, but I figured for the cost, I'd just do the whole thing. Brings us to LCAs. These are just standard JZX90 LCAs that I've had extended by Leeson Engineering and Fabrication in Brendale in Brisbane. So Brock did these for me. I think, I can't remember what they are for normal people, but they're like $150 just to get my LCAs extended. So, you know, budget $150 to $200 to get extended LCAs, or your standard ones extended. And you should be able to pick up secondhand stock ones, like JZX100 ones, for like $50 to $100. So really you can budget like $250 for extended LCAs, which is still cheaper than buying Kazama ones, which are like $400 Australian delivered at the moment. So yay for the exchange rate. We have knuckles. These are actually just some like China copy Kazama knuckles. I've had these next to Kazama knuckles and they're pretty much almost exactly the same. They were selling on eBay in Australia for like, I think they were like $180 delivered. I actually found the place in, yeah, so I actually found the place on Alibaba that sells them, but they like want you to buy like 10 sets at a time and they're like $20 each or something like that. I didn't want to do that, so I messaged them. I was like, hey, I'm thinking about buying a big bunch of them. Can I just get a sample pair sent over? I'll give you guys like $20 US or something like that. So they were like, yeah, cool, and send me over a pair, and then I just never replied to them. So these things cost me literally $20 US. Little hack for you there on Alibaba. They probably won't do it anymore because of me, but hey, I gave you guys the tip. Next thing is outer tie rods. These are just IS300 ones, and they're like $20 each or something like that. And then for your rack ends, we have AE92 rack ends. So these again, probably like 20-30 bucks each. And they're a lot longer than the standard JZX ones to deal with having longer LCAs and shorter knuckles. So a really good deal if you want to do it that way. So yeah, all up, alright, let's do some quick math in my head. No, I'm actually going to put it on the screen. So $150, $140, $170 we'll say, because I can't remember, $150, $50 I guess, $40 for that, $80 for that. Yeah, so all up, $780, taking into consideration what like the highest value would be on these. So less than $800 and we literally have a brand new everything for the front end of a drift JZX90, which is very, very, very cheap. Like as I was saying, because Armour LCAs at the moment, buying them from Japan direct, they're like 30,000 yen plus shipping plus commission depending who you get them through. And then you need knuckles, which are another probably $200-300 on top of that. LCA, oh no, we already did LCAs, upper arms, tie rods, all that kind of stuff. It's very cheap, and that doesn't even include buying coilovers, and I've got a set of coilovers included in that amount. So yeah, that's a really, 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 really good deal. So I guess I should probably start on trying to put all this front end back together. It's probably going to take ages because I don't know where half the bolts are. I had them in a box and then I can't find the box. So hopefully I have enough bolts laying around that I can actually put everything back together, but I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, if you guys have never seen a JZX front suspension setup, basically your upper arms go up in here. There's like 2 holes, just lines up, slides in there. Coilover goes up the top here. Your caster arm mounts from behind. I know all like Nissans and like Corollas and stuff, everything mounts from the front. Caster arm actually mounts from behind, so a longer caster arm gives you more caster, whereas on other cars it's usually a shorter caster arm. Anyway, just a slight little difference. Let me crank this up. So they're a rear rack, LCA mounts in here. Yeah, other than that, they're not very, very exciting. This is your brake setup here. So you have your upright. So your knuckle mounts to your upright mounts to your upper control arm. Yeah, so I think the easiest way to attack this is going to be put the upper arm in, and then we'll slide the coilover in, and then we put an LCA in, and then we can mount this on the, I'll put the knuckle on the LCA. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to put the knuckle on this first, and then I just got to lift the knuckle up in instead of trying to have the knuckle in there, lift it up on there, and then dick around and try and get that in. And then yeah, your sway bar goes in the bottom of your LCA, and that just mounts up on here, on your upper arm. So that's the plan of attack currently. We'll see how it goes. Update, we have coilover in. I had the arm in the wrong way, so I had to switch the, well, I had the wrong arm in the wrong side, so I had to switch the arm across, so that was fun. Put the LCA in, bolted the coil over to the LCA, put the sway bar through. Pretty much we're up to putting caster arms, tie rods, and then we'll do the knuckle down here, load this on here. We'll center the rack, and then, yeah, we're pretty much close to being sorted. I'll probably only film the one side because I'm lazy, and also you don't need to see me do the same stuff twice. Caster arms are in, so all they are is just 2 bolts through the LCA, and then there's like 1 bolt that has like a plate, or this plate goes up under there. When I put it in, I'll get up in there and show you. So with mine, I had to use the standard bolts, not the fancy ones that came with it. Because that G7X focus. Anyway, so I couldn't use these because these are made for a JZX100 LCA, so the 100 LCAs actually have like a thick beat that you kind of need to like slide into. The 90 LCAs do not have that, so I had to just use the standard 90 bolts, but whatever. That's nice and easy. Yeah, so pretty much next we're up to just putting the steering arms on, and then we'll center the rack, put the tie rods in, and that's pretty much the front end put together. So we're very close, even though it's taken me ages. I haven't done JZX stuff for a long time, so I kind of forgot how it all goes together. But if you pull it apart, put it back together, it'll be very simple. If you pull it apart, wait 12 months and then put it back together, not so simple. Okay, so here's everything in minus the tie rods because I have the wrong AE92 tie rod ends. Oh, tie rods. So with this model, there is one that's got the same sized end as it does inner. That's the one you want. You don't want these ones. So these ones have, I think, a 16mm end and a 14mm outer. And that is incorrect because the JZX inner is actually 14mm as well. So I'll just have to go to the shop tomorrow and get the right ones. Because they're AE92, they should be basically everywhere. So I'll finish this video off tomorrow, but in the meantime I'll probably just chuck the other side in while I've got some sunlight left. But yeah, this is everything in there. So we've got knuckles, lower control arms, caster arms, they're all in. Make sure you don't leave the spacers out like I almost did. Doesn't work otherwise. Yeah, so LCA in, coilover, upper arm, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole front end pieces in there. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll get these, and it should take me like 5 minutes to put those in, and then we can chuck a wheel on and then test out the lock that we have. So yeah, it should be pretty large. Yeah, something like 45 degrees of angle or something like that, but I'll check back in tomorrow after I've done this and let you guys know. So catch you then. Alright, I'm back. New day and new tie rods. So it turns out the other ones that I had weren't even actually AE92 ones. They were my spare ones for the Sylvia. Yeah, so Maxima tie rods do not work. But anyway, I have the right AE92 ones now. This is the part number for anyone that wants to know, WRE865. And they just bolt straight in. So I've already put rack end, tie rod end in, and kind of got the wheel straight-ish. Yeah, so that's that in there and done. I'll just finish off the other side and then we'll chuck a wheel on and we'll test out how much lock that it has now. Okay, so we have a wheel on. Yeah, let's see how much lock it's got. Wheel's still kind of loose, but whatever. Alright, so that's inwards. As you can see, fair chunk. Definitely way better than standard. Doesn't hit anything this way. It's all still clearance up under here. Misses all that. Alright, and so back the other way. As you can see, that's heaps of lock. Yeah, so this is a 18 9.5 plus 30, and clears everything. Only thing is the caster arm and the brake line are pretty close to coming together, so I'd probably change those. But yeah, there's still a good like 5-10 mil worth of gap in there. But yeah, brake line gets heaps in the way. Heaps of lock. Oh yeah, if you made it this far in the video, we do have new Nabori flags for Death Click. I made them the same color as the car, so it's like orange, black, silver. Exactly the same as what the S13 is, so thought that was kind of cool. I haven't advertised them anywhere, so they're on the store. If you like them, go check them out. They're like $30, so. Anyway, so that is the end of the video. We have all the front suspension in the JZX90 now, and I've showed you guys the cheap front lock setup for a JZX. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, like it, throw a comment down the bottom. Let me know what you think about this setup, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.